Hello everyone and welcome back. This is a losers round 3 matchup between Kale and Madness969. This first battle is brought to you by Kale. He chose Waterfalls in the winter time, which is an interesting choice. It's being a pretty popular map in the tournament. I don't think we've seen it in the winter, which is great. Interesting to note about Kale. His losers round 2 matchup against J-Tran Leopard was honestly one of the most exciting matches, if not the most exciting match in the tournament so far, especially that Game 3, which is absolutely insane. I definitely recommend you go check it out if you haven't. Anyway, his army setup is quite a large force of infantry, a ton of Katana Samurai. I believe I counted, well, actually it's a little less than I originally thought. There are 6 Katana Samurai, a bunch of Yari Samurai and Ashigaru as well, 2 Bow Warrior Monks, and a decent-sized cavalry force of Katana Cavalry off in the trees, with a light cavalry and a Yari Ashigaru off over here to capture the buildings. And interestingly, both sides are going for the buildings right away, which we don't really see on this map. Usually it's a bit of a rush to the main fight on top of the hill, but both sides seem to be wanting those buildings, which will give the side the advantage. Over on Madness' side, as the Mori, the surging Mori in the clan wars, they've been winning quite a few battles lately, is Madness969, and he has 6 Katana Samurai as well, with a matchlock Ashigaru and a Bow Warrior Monk to start his skirmishing. He's going to get the better of the initial skirmish fight, as his bows are already up and shooting at the Yari Ashigaru in the front. It looks like Kale is going to want to put down a Yari Ashigaru spear wall in the front to sort of funnel Madness' forces into the sides, and we'll see why he brought a lot of spears right here, as he just wants to cut off every route to the enemy and maybe try and funnel him here in a spear wall. But as Yari Ashigaru have dropped the spear wall formation and now moving forward to try and chase off those matchlocks, who did quite a bit of damage. This Yari Ashigaru is almost gone. Let's check right here. That means Madness will have the sword dojo, and the shrine's been stopped there by the Yari Ashigaru. He might go and try and run that unit off to try and capture it himself. The Yari Ashigaru maybe jumping the gun a little bit, going into melee out of spear wall, and with these Katana Samurai, they'll just clean those up right away. So maybe not the best choice, but he did push back the bows. But if he didn't capitalize here with his own bows, so a bit of a waste there. And 2 Katana Samurai from Madness are going to get okay charges across that open field onto the front line of Katana Samurai and start wearing down his line here. And Kale, he's keeping patient, which is good. He wouldn't want to bite on that and send all of his troops into the battle immediately and get it all clumped up. So he is being patient here, and it looks like he will be able to clean up these 2 Katana Samurai sent by Madness. Now, with both sides having equal number of Katana Samurai, it's kind of interesting. This one going over here trying to clean these up. Every Katana Samurai unit is definitely important in the melee fight, so we'll see if this is a good choice to send that Katana Samurai over to take out that Yari Ashigaru, because he's not opening up any lines for cavalry or anything, which is what the big reason why I would send a Katana Cavalry over there, or a Katana Samurai, excuse me, is to open up a hole for the cavalry, but there isn't any over there. We see 2 Great Guard back in the rear, and it looks like Kale is pushing out a little bit with this Katana Samurai, just going to get met by these 2, and is sort of trading Katana Samurai 2 for 1 here in the opening battle. But actually it was pretty good timing there by Kale, because if he can take out the Katana Samurai here, he'll be able to support the Katana Samurai he sent up into the battle over here, and maybe clean up this infantry force with just his infantry, leaving his cavalry free to clean up what's left. But this unit of infantry, this Katana Samurai, may not last long enough, down to 47 men and wavering. Looks like he did clean up the light cavalry here, but he's not capturing it. I think he's just outside the range, which is a big mistake. He could really use that shrine, especially now with the wavering. But both sides are getting bloodied in this infantry battle. No clear winner emerging yet there. The cavalry is going to get stopped by this Great Guard. Great Guard will clean up Katana Cavalry every time. Looks like they will. Yari Cavalry coming out of the trees there for Madness as well, keeping his cards close to his chest until the important moment right here. Now, it's interesting to note, I forgot to say this, he has 3 Naginata Monks as well, so a big war cry. I think we're starting... Nope, that was a bonsai, I believe. Yeah. Wait, what was that? I don't know. But anyway, what I was saying is a big war cry when the battle is really intense could definitely turn this battle, and the Naginata Monks are joining the battle at this point. 1, 2, there's the 3rd one here by the archery dojo. They're now entering the battle, and they're starting to waver in red morale. This would be a great time to war cry. Any second now could potentially break these 2 units, but it looks like he'll get it without the war cry. Maybe it was a war cry, because this one has it active as well. And it looks like Madness is going to get the better of this infantry fight. It's a very interesting infantry fight with no cavalry being available to join it. It came down to the micros infantry units, and both sides did a pretty good job, but it looks like Madness is going to be the one getting the better of it, as he had the 6 Katana Samurai, but those 3 Naginata Monks were pretty huge, especially joining the battle this late when Kale was already worn down a little bit. That war cry which is very good for the end of the battle. And there goes Kale's line, starting to break. He has one samurai. Nope, that's gone. So he's just down to spears now against Naginatas and swords. So it looks like Madness has this firmly in his grasp. Plenty of cavalry left as well. Kale just has the one katana cavalry. Yari Samurai over there and Yari Samurai there. General doesn't stand a fight, but getting taken down. There he goes. So that should just about do it for Madness, taking game number 1 on his enemy's home turf. Going to be moving on to his home turf for game number 2. But there is a bit of a last gasp here from Kale with the light cavalry coming to join the fight, but it's going to be a bit too late. It's a shame didn't get that shrine. That could have been huge if he had jumped on that early. It could have potentially changed the battle. But that's going to be it. He officially takes game number 1. Madness takes the win there. See you back in the main menu. And there you have it. Madness definitely a great player in his own right and shows a pretty good battle there. Both sides very patient. I really like to see that in the infantry engagement. Instead of just rushing forward with these big lines and big charges, really seeing a lot of patience and sending in your units one by one and making the most of every individual unit. It's always just really fun to see, and I love seeing battles like that. Sometimes when the cavalry can't get around to the rear, it makes for the more interesting battles. I think the infantry micro can actually be a lot more intricate than microing cavalry around to the rear. So that was a great match to see. And on waterfalls in the winter. Of course, that was a big change from usual, but good map nonetheless. We'll see where we're going for game 2. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching, everybody.